Hello, and welcome to Behind the Chords. I'm Jamie Ryan. This is the podcast for members of Spirit of the Gulf to get to know one another. And I have with me today, Sue Leslie. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks so much for agreeing to talk to me. We've got this rare afternoon appearance going on.
This will be fun.
So, Sue, I don't know very much about you. So, what's your history with the chorus?
Well, I joined Spirit of the Gulf about 6 years ago, just before COVID hit. My first show was the March show, and then the next week, the nation shut down. So I started that Christmas, and I sang in the first half. And Marilyn Bryan got me into the chorus. She and I were old friends from Region 2. I'll tell you about that later. And she saw me at a small non-competing a cappella ladies group where I was living, because some of the ladies were Sweet Adelines and she would come and coach. And she said, "You really need to come to Spirit." So I came with her to some rehearsals, and the rest is history.
That's awesome. So how long have you been in Florida? Are you a Floridian?
No, we've been in Florida 6 years, almost 7 years.
Okay.
So right after we moved down here.
All right. And were you constantly a Sweet Adeline before that?
No, I was a Sweet Adeline in my 30s and 40s, and then I had to take a break. I was a school principal and then a school superintendent, and there wasn't time for all of that. So I was 15 years a Sweet Adeline with Spirit of Detroit. So I went from one spirit to another spirit.
I love it. So you can just say Spirit and never be confused.
That's right. But sometimes when I type, I still put Spirit of Detroit instead of Spirit of the Gulf.
So was your chorus in Region 2 a competitive chorus?
Yes, we went to international every other year, just like this chorus.
That is so cool. Are they on the same track as we are?
Yes, they're Motor City Blend now, and I get to see my old friends every time we go to international. So that's nice.
You were a school administrator and principal. Right. What's that story?
Well, I started out as a teacher. I taught for 14 years, and then the principal left, and some of my colleagues said, "Oh, you'd be a good principal." I don't know if that was true or not, but I did become principal, and I was principal for 5 years. And then central office asked if I would move up, and I became a curriculum and testing director for the Archdiocese of Detroit Schools. It was the largest school district in Michigan. We had 100 elementary schools and 25 high schools. So it was a big job, but it was really rewarding, and I learned a lot of administrative things there. And some of what I learned in Sweet Adelines before that, I used when I became a school administrator. Fundraising, a lot of budgeting, all kinds of things.
When you taught, what were you teaching?
I taught middle school English, history, and art. Art was my minor, and that's what I really wanted to teach. But funding was such that art was not, they had cut a lot of the art classes, even the public schools. So I taught English and history, and I threw in art classes. So,
what's your art medium? What
I do watercolors, and I teach watercolor now to the ladies who live in my community too. So
what other secrets are you keeping from us? What else do you do?
Well, I guess I can tell you about my history. When I was in Spirit of Detroit, I had every job there was: team leader, section leader. I wasn't a director, but I had been directing a folk choir before I became a Sweet Adeline, and one of my members was a Sweet Adeline, and she got me into Sweet Adelines. So my music goes way back, and my dad was a barbershopper. So
I love that. So
old stub squaw guy.
I was going to say he was a barbershopper, and you didn't really know about Sweet Adelines. That makes no sense.
No. The town I was in had a men's chorus, but not a women's chorus.
Have you been in a quartet?
Yes, I've been in a quartet, and I've competed regionally when I was in the other chorus in my young.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you don't do that in Spirit of the Gulf?
No, 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 no. I don't have time to do that. No.
Okay, what do you do? What are you spending all of your time doing?
Well, I do teach watercolor classes. I try to keep fit, so I take Aquafit 6 days a week in the mornings, and I am in charge of my community book club. And then I would do things behind the scenes for the chorus. I'm working on the baskets for the show right now, and that's a big job. And well, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I do a lot of alterations for people in the chorus.
And do you have family down here?
I have one sister that lives in Bonita Springs. My other sister lives in Western Michigan, near where I was from originally, because her children are there. And I have a brother in St. Louis. And that's pretty much the family that's left at this point.
Wow. I'm jealous of you having your sister close by.
Yeah, it's been very nice. It really is for both of us, because we are close.
And she's not a singer?
No, she is not a singer. I have tried, but she is not a singer.
Have you ever played an instrument?
I play guitar and I have a ukulele I play, but I can't play it in the show because I'm going to be the captain, and they're not letting me do two things at once. So it will be different. It's a different kind of show package than I'm used to for international, either with Spirit of the Gulf or Spirit of Detroit. And I kind of like that because it really has, it has a string going through it. And
right. Do you have a favorite package you've ever done?
I think the Carole King package was my favorite. I loved the music and I love what we wore. Maybe it was because I'm from that era and that was my music. It's like Lazy Day. It's my husband and I's song from the 60s. I've been married 56 years. And when we started singing that, I thought, holy smoke, I love that. I knew that song really well. So
that's awesome. Do you have kids?
I had a daughter, but she passed away when she was in college. So
I'm so sorry. That has to be.
Thank you. It was a hard time, but you know what? Sweet Adelines helped me through it because they were there at the funeral and they were there at the wake and they were there for me. It's when the sisterhood really, that's when you really know.
It really gives me chills to think about the support that we get.
Absolutely.
From people who would be strangers otherwise.
Absolutely. And even people on the risers who are strangers become sisters even before you know who they are really closely.
That's right.
You have new people coming in and out all the time. And it's really nice. It really is. It's such a wonderful organization.
Is there anything you want to say to or about the chorus before we do the rapid fire?
I just love Spirit of the Gulf. The vibe is so different than most Sweet Adeline choruses. And it's because of Snowbirds. We have to be flexible and we have to just take it the way it is. And if there's 20 people on the risers, we have to know that there's going to be 75 on Saturday and we'll be fine. And we always are. We always pull it out. And the directors believe that about us. So it happens.
So I have some cards with rapid fire questions on them. They have 6 options. You get to pick 1 through 6. They each have 10 questions.
5. I'm the oldest of 5 kids.
Right. This is a hard question, I think. Number 1 is, who would be your celebrity or historical doppelganger?
Doppelganger? I mean, I can tell you somebody with white hair, I guess. Martha Washington, because I have no idea what she looked like.
I love it. Number 2, what's your favorite snack?
Anything chocolate.
Number 3, do you have a dream quartet with whom you'd want to sing?
Oh, ambiance. When they did Rhapsody in Blue, I have that CD and I play that all the time. And they actually performed in one of our shows when I was in Spirit of Detroit. And they were amazing. And the next one would be Jubilation, which turned out Karen was in, and Karen wound up being my director. But those were the 2. Yeah.
Cool. Number 4, if you could time travel, would you go forward or back?
Oh, forward. Back's a waste of time.
Okay.
Back is over.
As Jimmy Buffett would say, there's too much to see waiting in front of me.
That's right.
Number 5, what is one thing that's always in your pocket or purse?
Kleenex. I have allergies. Kleenex all the time. And chorus everywhere.
Number 6, cats or dogs?
Dogs. I have a Maltese.
Number 7, if you could swap lives for a day with someone, who would it be?
Nobody. I'm happy with my life.
That's a fantastic answer.
I really am. And you know, at my age, to be able to say that, I'm happy I can say that because I work at it.
Number 8, what is your most used emoji?
Oh, the prayer emoji, because I'm in a lot of prayer groups and people are always sending me texts. They need prayers. I'm always emojiing the prayer hands back.
Number 9, what is on the top of your bucket list?
Oh, the top of my bucket list. I want to go to Paris. I studied French when I was in college, and I've only been to Paris through the de Gaulle airport, and I never actually stopped there. So that's my bucket list. Alaska was, but I got to go last summer, so that one we crossed off. But I still want to see. I want to see the Eiffel Tower in person.
Number 10, easy question. Disney or Broadway?
Oh, Disney. I'm a Disney file, and I watch you on Facebook all the time. And yeah, as a matter of fact, we're going to go to the Disney cabins at Fort Wilderness for Thanksgiving. So yeah, I was at Disney World the year it opened in 1971. It opened like in January, and I was there in March. So,
oh my gosh.
So I'm a Disney. If you could see my walls, I have Tinkerbell on my wall here. I do, yeah, Disney. That was easy.
You have a favorite character?
Tinkerbell.
I guess that makes sense. You just told me you have.
Feisty, and she's cute. I don't know if I'm cute, but she's cute, and she does what she wants, and I admire her. So. And Tinker is mine, and I can tell you why. The first Disney movie I ever went to, my father took me when I was 3 years old, and it was Peter Pan. And so it was the first experience of a movie theater. And there she was. And
are you a annual pass holder?
I am not, but we go almost every year, and we get a 3 or 4 day pass. We don't go constantly, but we go every year. And many years we went more than 1 year, and I was there for their 25th anniversary and for Disney's 100th birthday, and you name it, we were there. So
I love that. I would never have known you were a Disney fan.
Well, there you go. I guess I need to get a Tinkerbell costume for one of these theme nights.
Awesome. Do you have anything else you want to say that you prepared before I?
No, I just want to thank you for asking me to do this. This was a great fun, and probably some people who think they know me are going to find out some things about me, and some people who really know me know all this already. So
it's fun to know that stuff about you. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me about it.
Thank you for asking me. I really appreciate it.
It is my pleasure, and we will see you at rehearsal.
All right. See you tonight.
Thanks, Sue.
Bye-bye.
Bye.